brothers and sisters. This is your brother Lance Yasharel, just putting up another video on your happy Sabbath as well. I realize this is pretty serious as far as being able to identify Yasharel, the true Yasharel, because the Jews, they up here lying and they deceive. The world is deceived, thinking that these the real chosen people of the Most High. So I already got a video on the way. It should be done by the end of April, or maybe sometime in the middle, like April 14th or 15th, something like that. But anyway, let's get to the point. So pretty much the basis for this video is just pointing out the leprosy, which we know in the Law of Leprosy, that is, actually, because the Law of Leprosy is in the book of Leviticus chapter 13, and it pretty much goes over the Law of Leprosy. The white is snow, and also the scab, being a scab, and different things like that. So one moment, baby. Alright. So just going right here to Numbers chapter 5 verse 2. Well, I'll start from verse 1. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, command the children of Yasharel that they put out of the camp every leper, and everyone that has an issue, and whosoever is defiled by the dead. And both male and female ye should put out without the camp, shall ye put them, that they defile not their camps in the midst whereof I dwell. So this is basically the Most High telling Moses, like, you gotta get all these people that's unclean out of the camp, because they would defile the camp. Our people, the different tribes and the different, people that's part of the assembly. So just to get more understanding about this leprosy, let's go to Leviticus chapter 13 real quick. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe, saying, when a man shall have in the skin of his flesh a rising, a scab, or bright spot, and it be in the skin of his flesh like the plague of leprosy, then he shall be brought unto Aaron the priest, or unto one of his sons the priest. So this let you know, like certain like this, like diseases or plagues, like people be getting, like the leprosy or with the scab, or like the leprosy white as snow, which is that it talks about it being like white as snow in verse 3. That's like you supposed to go see the priest, the sons of Aaron. And they pretty much set over the tribes to basically handle the sacrifices and the different things like that, and pretty much be the holy people, which we all are, like the set apart people, the holy people. But Aaron and his sons, which are the children of the Levites, they supposed to be the priests, bring forth the priests. Judah, bring forth the kings and prophets and stuff like that. So yeah, and the priest shall look on verse 3, and the priest shall look on the plague in the skin of the flesh, and when the hair in the plague is turned white, and the plague in the sight be deeper than the skin of his flesh, it is a plague of leprosy. And the priest shall look on him and pronounce him unclean. And so like basically, soon as you like seen the priest, you had like those descriptions of leprosy, you was declared clean and or pronounced clean. And then verse 4, if the bright spot be white in the skin of his flesh, and in sight be not deeper than the skin, and the hair thereof be not turned white, then the priest shall shut him up that has the plague 7 days. So 7 days you're supposed to be outside the camp, so they can pretty much just like see if that bright spot of leprosy would heal and turn back. But like especially if it had like a black hair and it didn't turn white. And the priest, verse 5, the priest shall look on him the 7th day, and behold, if the plague in his sight be at a stay, and the plague spread not in the skin, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days more. So this basically, like, if you still had a bright spot but it ain't spread, like they basically like, okay, let's give them some more time, and like you still got to stay out there 7 more days just to see what happens. And the priest shall look on him again the 7th day, and behold, if the plague be somewhat dark, and the plague spread not in the skin, the priest shall pronounce him clean. It is but a scab, and he shall wash his clothes and be clean. So like like if you like, especially if you like dark skin, you get a scab, it's like when you get the scab, and then under that it be like like that's like leprosy right there, that pinkish uh whitish looking flesh. That's like leprosy, like the leprosy. And if it starts to heal, and that's you ain't got leprosy. So it starts to turn back like dark, like depending, like some people they sparks turn darker, or it kind of still be like a scab that healed, and it just kind of have like a shiny like skin on it. But if the scab spread much abroad in the skin, after that he has been seen of the priest for his cleansing, he shall be seen of the priest again. And it's pretty much like if it turn out that this scab spreads out, and it be like leprosy all over the body, like start spreading over the body, then you gotta see the priest again, because you ain't clean. And if the priest see that, behold, the scab spreads in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is leprosy. So pretty much it's just going over. I'm not gonna read the whole chapter. Just pretty much just making a quick video. Because you go down here, it says this the part that don't make sense right here. And if a leprosy break out abroad in the skin, and the leprosy cover all the skin of him that has the plague, from his head even to his foot, wheresoever the priest looks, then the priest shall consider, and behold, if the leprosy have covered all his flesh, he shall pronounce him clean that has the plague. It is all turned white. He is clean. But when raw flesh appears in him, he shall be unclean. So, and the priest shall see the raw flesh and pronounce him to be unclean, for the raw flesh is unclean, it is a leprosy. Or if the raw flesh change unto white, he shall come unto the priest. So, like, right here, you could pretty much, like, kind of understand that. And the priest shall see, and behold, if the plague be turned into white, then the priest shall pronounce him that has the plague, he is clean. The flesh also in which even the skin thereof was boiled is healed. So, like, I'm about to go over here to chapter. I'm about to go over here to well, basically Leviticus chapter 13 verse 13. It don't make sense. So just basically on what we just read and going like looking at Numbers chapter 5 verse 2 and talk about how the lepers were supposed to be put out of the camp, and also with the like with the leaking flesh or whatnot, and those touched the dead. But those touched the dead, according to the law, it was supposed to be clean for 7 days, unclean for 7 days. So there's also leprosy at a house, but that's a whole nother thing. Let me go over here to back to Numbers. I think it's Numbers 12:12 real quick. Yeah, and Mary, and then it said, and this is basically like the story about how the Most High turned Miriam leprous white as snow. So let's start from number 10. Let me highlight this real quick. Okay, and the anger of Yahweh was kindled against them, and he departed, and the cloud departed of the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said unto Moshe, Alas, my Adonai, I beseech you, lay not the sin upon, he said, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he comes out of his mother's womb. So that's letting you know that's not a good thing already. And this is pretty much after the book of Leviticus. So I'm like, this obviously, like, the heathen, they had to change Leviticus chapter 13 verse 13 to talk about something is clean. If you start turning all the way like that, I'm like, if that's the case, then why in the world is Miriam said to let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he comes out of his mother's womb? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And Moshe cried. It said Moshe cried unto El Yahuwah, saying, Heal her now, O El, I beseech you. 14. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, If her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days? let her be shut out from the camp 7 days, and after that let her be received in again. So she had to go out just like the law say for 7 days. That's after reading Leviticus 13, chapter 13 and 14 about the law of leprosy. So I already like know that like, these people had to been like messing with these words, which we know. But I mean, at the end of the day, as long as I can understand and perceive when it's something going on, that's good. That's good enough for me. Most High gave me the Ruach Hakadash. I could understand like when it's been deception or mistranslations or whatnot. And let me finish this real quick. It said, and after that, let her be received in again. Miriam was shut out from the camp 7 days, and the people journeyed not till Miriam was brought in again. And afterward, the people removed from Chesaroth and pitched in the wilderness. So there you have it, brothers and sisters. Leprosy, being a leper and all that stuff. That stuff is not cool. And like Esau, they said like his name Esau, like it means like wasted away and stuff like that. And he can't. It's already noted, and like different books of the Bible about how he was so red that was a that Isaac was afraid to cut his flesh or to circumcise him when he was born. He had waited until he got older, but he ain't get circumcised. I'm gonna bring all of that into the who are the Edomites video that I'm about to drop soon. I just been trying to take my time and really get my notes and my resources together, because I mean I'm pretty firm on who Esau is because the scriptures already noted. Then you got different Bible dictionaries and Strong's and different things that pretty much make it pretty clear. So I look forward to dropping that video, and like, subscribe, or tell me what you think about that. That's fine. And neither am I claiming to know everything, but I'm just sharing what I discovered is what the word said. Alright, brothers and sisters, I'm gonna end this video now. All praise Yah.